Gaming Bolt presents 15 things hardcore Red Dead Redemption players hate about the game. Red Dead Redemption is a great game. It's a massive step up from its prequel that many have long forgotten. But there's no denying that there are some features and quirks not everyone is so in love with. Before we move ahead, we must make note that this is our opinion, so there's a good chance that many of you may not agree with this, but we would like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. So why not grab a cup of hot chocolate or whatever and cozy up, and let's take a look at some of the more annoying features of a great game. Taking care of the farm and ranch. Red Dead Redemption is full of all kinds of tedious missions. In reality, they're more like busy work in the form of odd jobs. Horse breaking, taking care of farms and ranches, slow stuff like that. Night Watch missions are a little more interesting, but they still see you patrolling the same patch of dirt back and forth over and over again. Then you have to go to town and buy and sell all kinds of seeds and food. It's a great example of why video games shouldn't always seek to replicate life 100%. Deliver corn missions. In the mission, Old Friends, New Problems, you're tasked with delivering sacks of corn with your wife to Bonnie McFarlane. And that's it. That's the entire mission. Get in a cart with your wife, slowly guide to McFarlane's farmstead, and go back sans corn. It's probably meant to be a character building moment for Marston and his wife. There are better, more engaging ways of doing it than by destroying the pacing of the story though. Hanging out with the annoying kid. For whatever reason, Rockstar went through a phase where they insisted you spend time with annoying characters. We saw it in GTA 4 and again in Red Dead Redemption. This time around, that annoying character is a child, making it that much worse. Jack Marston, protagonist John's son, is someone who constantly wants to hang out with you and follows you in a lot of missions. And of course, you have to play father and haul him around. He doesn't shut up and you feel the need to restrict yourself in some ways. How can you kill that guy looking at you funny with a kid right next to you? Scare away crow missions. Rockstar had to be trolling everyone with these missions. You want us to scare away and kill some crows so they don't eat corn? Really? I know there wasn't much to do in 1911 outside your basic stick and a hoop, but this is all else they could come up with? Black and white moral choices. There are several points in the game where you're relegated to a moral black or white choice in the story. You have an honor meter, which is basically the linear karma system from Fallout 3. You kill people, for whatever reason, and your honor system goes down. But if you don't kill people or bring in criminals alive, it goes up. So you'll find yourself in a situation where you're under fire from a wanted bandit, but you tanking all the shots because you want to hogtie him so you don't lose karma, even though no one would question you for killing a wanted criminal who was shooting you in the face. Killing Edgar Ross. Edgar Ross, spoiler alert, killed John Marston, the protagonist of the game. It doesn't end there though, as instead you take over a grown-up version of that annoying kid, Jack. Jack is out for revenge, and it's literally as simple as walking up to him and having a duel. It's ridiculous how simple the killing is. Ross is alone in the middle of nowhere, and even puts down his shotgun, Jack isn't holding a weapon at this point, to duel you. That's it, anti-climax and all. You'd think they would have come up with something a little more exciting for the big ending, but no. Herding cattle. Much like all the other busy work missions in Red Dead Redemption, herding cattle is as boring as it is annoying. Here it's even more tedious than killing crows or delivering corn. You have to accurately steer your horse, go the correct speed, and guide the cattle to a specific place. Even if you do get it right, there's still the problem of it being boring. No one wants video games to be all about shooting people in the face non-stop, but no one wants this to be what breaks up all the shooting. Multiplayer problems. The multiplayer in Red Dead was launched in a broken state, and still has problems to this day. NPCs randomly lie on the ground dead, ghost players that aren't there kill you randomly, and lag renders some matches unplayable. In the Undead Nightmare DLC, zombies sometimes don't even spawn. It would seem these problems stem from hackers and modders who have managed to make huge sweeping changes without Rockstar's permission. As recently as 2015, the servers were hacked for a second time. Abraham Reyes is annoying. Speaking of annoying characters, there's Abraham Reyes. You only see him briefly in the game, but his entire character is built around one character trait. He keeps forgetting his fiance's name. The game constantly contrives ways in which he can render this one joke and punchline over and over and over and over again.
How so, you ask? Very simple. I know these people. I know this land. In short, I can make them better.
No swimming. It used to be that one of the quickest ways to recognize a Rockstar game was by hurling your character in water. If they instantly died, it was probably one of Rockstar's games. That holds true for Red Dead Redemption, which is full of uncrossable rivers and lakes. You can't go across on horseback either. Your horse can't swim just like you. It makes no sense, and makes exploring that empty open world that much more tedious. Mediocre dialogue at times. The writing in Red Dead Redemption is fantastic for the most part, but as mentioned with Abraham Reyes, some of it just doesn't hold up so well to the overall package. Rockstar was going for that old-timey West flavor, but they occasionally went overboard. Look no farther than Marston himself, spitting out lines like, "It's wanting that gets so many folk in trouble," and "I left the gang after the gang left me," which makes him sound less Western and more stupid. Slow, boring tutorial. The beginning of the game is front-heavy with boring tutorial after tutorial. You're taught how to do everything from walking, shooting, dueling, horse riding, crow killing, and rabbit hunting in the most patronizing ways possible. It's almost as if the developers expected this would be your first video game and forced you into mission after mission designed only to teach you how to play the game. Dueling. We briefly touched on this with the Edgar Ross entry, but let's explore this further. The dueling minigames in Red Dead Redemption aren't challenging in the slightest. All you have to do is quickly move your crosshairs over your target and press the fire button, and there's almost no way you can lose. In fairness, it's hard to imagine a way to make something that's all about quickly drawing a gun more difficult, but what we got probably isn't the best representation. Long cutscenes. The game is full of some Metal Gear-esque cutscenes at times, for seemingly little reason. The game does a great job, bearing the corn delivery and Jack missions, at delivering story in the game, so to see it occasionally stop everything to show you static cutscenes is a little disappointing, especially with how long some of them are. Mashing a button to sprint. This is something games are doing more and more now, forcing you to repeatedly mash a button just to run slightly faster. Red Dead Redemption is hardly the only culprit, but it's annoying here nonetheless. Whatever happened to simply holding down the analog stick to run, instead of forcing us to awkwardly mash A or X while also trying to press another button at the same time? Like this video? Why not give us a like and subscribe? We try and upload amazing videos almost every single day. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one.